Easy people, welcome back to my channel at Big Steve MCFC. Crazy weekend, crazy game. Manchester City 4, Chelsea 4. Yep, you heard that right. Manchester City 4, Chelsea 4, Chelsea 4, Manchester City 4. I can't remember the last time Manchester City was involved in a 4-4 game. I'm sure somebody out there will be able to enlighten me, but I can't remember it. Going into the game, Stamford Bridge, on a number of shows, I said, look, it's going to be a tough game because Chelsea got the win at Tottenham the week before. That was another crazy game. Plenty of sending offs and stuff, but they did look sharp. I expected them to come to Stamford Bridge with a home crowd and try and at least have a go. And they did. They did. You got to give them credit. They did. Did City look, like top-notch City? No. But did we play bad? I don't think we did. I've seen a lot of people online saying, oh, Ruben Diaz this and Ruben Diaz that, and the defence was this and defence was that. Listen, it's reactionary stuff. We've gone to Stamford Bridge. We've scored 4 goals. We've also conceded 4 goals. And we've come away with a point. We didn't lose. You get them games in the season that are just mad. And I always say it, in the season, get something out of the game. If you're going to have a madness or you're going to have an off day, make sure you get something out of the game. The lineup was announced. I went down to Chelsea the night before, got to the stadium. Well, we went to the pub down the road. I think it was called the Courtfield. Plenty of City fans in there, right outside Earl's Court station. Plenty of noise, some great singing going on in there. Great atmosphere. I thought, right, if we can get the atmosphere from the pub, pick it up and put it in the ground, we're on for a winner. And we didn't disappoint. It was probably one of the best away ends of the season. Obviously, the game helps. The end-to-end football, the ups, the downs, the penalties and all that helps. But credit to everybody in that away end at weekend. They didn't stop singing. We didn't stop getting behind the lads. And, it was a great game of football. I mean, looking at the team, I think the only one surprise, well, was it a surprise? Jeremy Doku started instead of Grealish. Other than that, looking at the team, I think it was pretty much what we expected. Maybe Nathan Ake would have started at left back, but he picked up a knock. I was overconfident when I got in there. I thought, it's a great side. I thought Chelsea have gone a bit attacking as well. They might come on to us and we might pick them off. Obviously, the game started penalty on Erling Haaland. I've got to admit, when we were in the ground, we didn't have a clue what was going on because it just came up on the screen, possible penalty check. I've seen it back, and listen, it's one of them. If you get it given for you, you're happy. If it goes against you, you're going to think it's soft. But at the end of the day, the big man, we see it every week. He gets pulled all over the place, dragged down in the box. There's loads and loads of decisions like that with him. So finally, he's getting a little bit of protection from the refs. He steps up, smashes it bottom left, 1-0. No problem. You're thinking, right, great, good goal. Get our noses in front. That's it. Then we go up the other end. Chelsea go up the other end. They was getting in behind us a few times. Reece James, Raheem Sterling, playing like, rolling back the years. Especially Raheem. He was like a man possessed. They get a goal back. Thiago Silva steals in at the near post, flicks it with the head. It's in 1-1. Okay, you're thinking, right, let's get back up for it again. Couple of chances again in between. Erling Haaland goes through one-on-one, smashes it low. Perfect touch, perfect shot. Great save by the goalkeeper. Should have been 2-1. They go up the other end. Guardiola makes a hash of it. A little mistake. Great ball across from Reece James and Raheem Sterling ain't going to miss from there. Unless he's playing Lyon and he puts it over the bar. Or Burnley and he puts it wide. But no, when he's playing City, he taps it in. But I was on the second row at the front, and he put his hands down and tried to play it down, right? Which is fair enough. I get that, respect. But that wanker, Jackson, yeah, the worst Jackson since the Jackson 5. You know what I mean? In fact, the Jackson 5 are better than him. If you put I'd rather have the Jackson 5, any of them up front, than him. I'd rather have Colin Jackson up front. I'd rather have Randy Jackson up front. I'd rather have Samuel L. Jackson up front than him. He was trying to turn Sterling round and going, you tell him, you tell him, you tell him, you tell him, and all that. He pissed me off. He was right in front of me. I had to tell him to fuck off a few times, but he wound me up. I thought, mate, if you're Drogba and a gunman up front and you're doing that, telling people to celebrate, I respect you because you are one hell of a striker. But when you, what's he called? But Martin Jackson or whatever his fucking name is, don't even know his name. And I've seen you on Match of the Day skying it from 3 and 4 yards. You scored the worst hat-trick in English football history against Tottenham. And then you want to try and wind us up. Nah, mate, didn't like him. Don't like him. He's finished. He's a bum. I went on the Big Six and all the Chelsea little gremlins were ripping me apart, saying, oh, Steve's salty and Steve's that. How can Steve be salty? I watch the best striker in the world every week. And I watch Julian Alvarez as a backup. You've got Jackson, you know what I mean, who's bobbins. So, come on. I ain't salty about it. I'm just making a point. If Raheem Sterling don't want to celebrate, don't try and turn him round to celebrate. So anyway, that annoyed me. But then when Manuel Kanji headed it in the top corner, made it 2-2, I thought, happy days. You know, happy days are here again. We're laughing. We're going at the break 2-2. And I'm thinking, decent first half. Kyle Walker and Sterling were having a hell of a battle. I thought that City's downfall was Akanji trying to go into midfield. I think that he's not got the turn of pace or he's got the eye to play in that midfield role, in my opinion. He kept stepping in there, but when we lost the ball, the back three, Walker, Diaz and Guardiola, were so far apart. Bernardo Silva was chasing the ball a long time, getting caught out of position. And then you've got people like Conor Gallagher running 30, 40 yards through the middle of the park, unchallenged, letting shots off. Same with Raheem Sterling. It was, we were all over the place, 6s and 7s. But we did have that counter-attack threat. We caught him a few times on the break. First half, first couple of minutes, we catch him on the break. Foden, Alvarez, cross the ball, Big Earl slides it in, bang, 3-2. And you're thinking, brilliant, 3-2, we'll win this now. Jeremy Doku, we break again. Jeremy is one-on-one with a defender. He cuts inside. No, he cuts outside and shoots, and the shot's shit. It's a final thing from Jeremy. He does everything right, but the shot was poor. That would have made it 4-2. That would have finished the game. 2 minutes later, Jeremy's off. Grealish comes on. We've got no counter-attacking threat then for me. We're slowing it right down. I can see what Pep's trying to do. We're slowing it down. Sterling got switched to the right. Mudryk on the left. We were having a nightmare. Sterling up against Guardiola's got nightmare written all over it because he was too fast. The midfield was too soft. Caicedo, Conor Gallagher, and Enzo were getting a grip in the midfield. We basically, if you take Alvarez out of the equation because he's not a midfielder, we basically had Rodri and Bernardo in the midfield against M3 and Akanji when he decided to step in. But when Akanji stepped in, they played the ball so fast and so quick to the wings, we were just exposed. There was massive gaps everywhere. You know, then they get back into the game again. 3-3. Jackson, Ederson saves it, palms it out. He could have pushed it wide. He could have, but he pushed it into his path. He scores 3-3. And you're thinking, wow, what a mad game. And at that time, I was thinking, do you know what? This is one of them games where the City's tactics have gone out the window and we're just literally having a gunfight with these now. So it's going to be whoever's got the balls to do it. He brings on Kovacic. We go up the other end. Kovacic shot deflected. Rodri hits one. Takes a wicked deflection right in the corner. 4-3. City ends going off its tits. Pandemonium in there. 4-3. I'm thinking, job done. We've won it. We've won the game. 4-3. We might not have deserved it, but we've won it. We've come in. We've snatched it. It's a sign of champions. I was wrong. You know, again, 6s and 7s at the back. Ball comes in. Brozier, more space than anyone. Sort of hesitates with the shot. Ruben Diaz. We've seen Ruben Diaz do this a million times, by the way. And Ruben Diaz, 9 times out of 10, blocks them shots. The amount of times he sticks his head in there, he jumps in with his hands behind his back, whatever, he blocks them, right? This one, on a slippery pitch, he mistimed it a bit, he cleaned the man out. It's a penalty. But meaning Ruben Diaz needs putting in the gulag for 6 months, that some of you guys online are saying it is nonsense. It's bullshit. You know what I mean? It was one of them games. We bring him down. Who's going to take it? We know who's going to take it. Cole Palmer. Fair play. He stepped up. He scored. Fair play. We all know Cole's a United fan. We all know, you know, Cole probably could have celebrated more than what he did, really. He didn't do anything. He could have took the piss, but he didn't. You know what I mean? I think he's a likeable lad. I think he's got a lot of time for Man City. And I think, you know, he's enjoying his time at Chelsea. So we find ourselves in injury time at 4-4. And I'm thinking, then just blow the whistle. It's been one of them games, bit mental. Blow the whistle. Let's get the 4-4 and let's move. We got the 4-4 and we moved. Coming out the ground, I thought they'd won the league. I've seen Arsenal celebrate madness, yeah? They were celebrating crazy. Now, bear in mind, I've been to Chelsea a lot of times. And I've seen Chelsea hammer us a lot of times. And I've seen Chelsea sing that song a lot of times. Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that. So when we were singing that back to them, you know, showing them a bit of humour, they didn't really understand it. They started singing Champions of Europe, we've won it 2 times. And that's not the point, lads. The point is, you said, Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that. And you turned up at the Etihad with your little silver balloons. And we seen you in Madrid in the square when you played Real with your Chelsea flag, Champions of Europe. You come over giving it the big one. You never sing that and all that. But the fact is, lads, we can sing that. And we did sing that. And you were finished 4-4. You're 10th in the league. We're top of the league. You're celebrating a draw. One song that came out that you cannot sing is, have you ever won the treble? Have you fuck? That's all I need to say. So that came out. So as far as fan banter goes, your days are gone now. You know what I mean? We've done that now. We've got over the hump. We've got the European Cup and that. You know what I mean? We're on for the 4th title. You know, it is what it is. But all I'm saying is, I'm going to give Chelsea credit, because fair play to Chelsea for turning up and having a go. A lot of teams turn up and the beat before they even play because they think we can't go at City, they're going to kill us. Chelsea went for it. Did they win? No. You know, we're us as City fans are disappointed. We've had an off day. We've scored 4 and we've got a point. They're buzzing. They've conceded 4, scored 4, and they've got a point, but they're over the moon because of the way the season's going. So, you know, that sort of tells you where we are as fans at the minute and what, as clubs, where we are. One team celebrating a draw at home after conceding 4. One team is gutted coming away with a point. Whereas years ago, getting a point at Stamford Bridge would have been a fantastic result for Man City. But, you know, we're a little bit disappointed. But as far as the online meltdown concerned, Doku's this, Grealish is that, Kovacic is this, Diaz is that, Akanji needs to do that, Edison, all this nonsense that I'm reading. Relax. Relax. I say it every season, and then you don't listen to me. Just relax. We're top of the league. We lost to Arsenal the other week and Wolves, yeah, and Newcastle 3 on the spin. There was a meltdown going on, proper. You can have a meltdown after 3 defeats. Don't mind that. But if you'd have said to us then, you go into the international break top of the league by a point, I think you take it. And we've got to take it. So all I'm saying is just relax. In my opinion, the Akanji experiment going into midfield doesn't work. You'd be better off keeping him at centre-back, putting an extra man in midfield instead of Alvarez, because Alvarez, yeah, he's fine at home, no problem. In games like that, he doesn't really offer anything for me unless he gets the ball. But we needed men to help that midfield and to pull that midfield in because it was too open. So I'd have had Kovacic on from the start. Just gone with Erling up front on his own. We've done that before. Don't overcomplicate the situation. That's just my opinion. I'm not Pep. Jeremy Doku, I thought, got took off a little bit too early. I thought they was a bit scared of his pace down on that left-hand side. So I was thinking once Jeremy came off and they brought Jack on, they could go a bit further forward because they knew Jack wasn't going to burn him for pace. So I think that he got that one wrong. But listen, it's a point. Point to point. We move on. Leave your comments. Let me know. Leave the comments in the chat. Let me know what you think. Is Ruben Diaz, should he be dropped? No, I don't think so. If you think so, let me know. What do you think of Akanji going into midfield? Am I right? Was it a bit, can he do it in midfield? I don't think he can. Jeremy, should he have stayed on a little bit longer? Was we right to get Grealish on at that time? There's all sorts of stuff going on. You know what I mean? All sorts of stuff. What did you think of Cole Palmer? Some City fans saying, we shouldn't have let him go. Some City fans saying, well, he never got a chance and he was never going to get a chance, so you might as well take the money. I think it was good money. Big up Cole and Rico Lewis as well. Both been called up to the senior international squad. If Cole gets some minutes, City get £2.5 million. So Gareth Southgate, get him on for 5 minutes. Chelsea send the cheque over. Happy days. Couple of injuries to report. Edison pulled out of Brazil. Kovacic pulled out of Croatia squad. Both carrying knocks. Don't know how serious they are. Edison continued the game, but he did look struggling at the end. Not overly worried. Let's put it that way. We haven't got Zach Steffen waiting in the wings to come in. We've got Ortega. Great goalkeeper. Very calm. Very composed. Not a problem. If Edison needs a bit of time out to rest, go and rest. Kovacic the same. He's not been starting. He's on the bench. Let's see where he's at. You know what I mean? Let's see. Hopefully John Stones' injury isn't too bad and he can get back in. Kevin De Bruyne, we need you back. Be like a new signing. If we can get Kevin back after Christmas for that title assault, it'll be magical. So we know what we need to do. But listen, Blues, it was a great game. I enjoyed it. It was refreshing to come out of a ground with a bit of a smile on my face and think, I enjoyed that. Because my heart was in my mouth a few times. I got a bit angry at certain players. I was up, I was down. That's what football's about. An advert for the Premier League, that is what football's about. The passion from both sets of fans, the passion from the players, the managers. You love it. I love it. And they're the games that get that feeling in your chest. I often talk about that. A few people message me about it and say, I get the same feeling, Steve. Some people don't get that feeling. But that was a proper football match. A proper football match played at intense speed, aggression, and tactically as well. It was great to watch. But listen, Blues, we're top of the league. Relax. We're going into the international break, top of the shop. We've got 3 tough games when we get back. Liverpool, early kickoff. Tottenham Villa, or Villa Tottenham, whichever way round. It ain't going to be easy out there, but we know that we're better when sometimes we have a little lesson. We had a little lesson at Chelsea not to get too gung-ho because you concede 4 stupid goals. So Liverpool are going to fancy the chances at the Etihad. Hopefully they'll come there and try and open up and we can pick them off. And I'm looking forward to it. But other than that, I've not been doing a lot. I was at the game weekend. I didn't work it. I think my next game I'm going to be working for City will be Liverpool. They've asked me to do some studio work. I might do it. Other than that, Saudi Arabia is booked for the World Club Cup. That's coming thick and fast. Can't wait for that. Serbia as well. Cannot wait for that. So, yeah, it's all going on. It's all going on. But listen, Blues, do me a favour. Please hit a like on this stream. Please share my streams to other City fans. Let's build a good community of City fans here. And I know I don't post as often as you would like, but I'm trying my best. So I appreciate the likes. It gets the algorithm going. I'm not as popular as other City channels because I'm not as regular. But I like to think that quality is what we want on my channel, not quantity. I could talk shit all day, but I feel like I'm just talking shit. So I try and at least make it with a bit of substance. But anyway, keep the faith. Keep going. Please like the stream. Follow me on TikTok at Big Steve MCFC. There's some funny content on there. Get on the Instagram. I've got a competition on Instagram running to win a signed copy of Nigel's book, To the Blue Moon and Back. Get on there. All you have to do is follow Nigel's page on Instagram and tag a few friends. So you'll be in a chance to win that. And listen, we're top of the league. We keep on rolling. Come on, City. Up the Blues. Hit the likes. Have a nice week. doing all chores in the house and shit like that, Christmas shopping, can you do this? Can we get that? Can we do this for the house and all that garbage that I've got to do? Just get on with it. Because when we get back, the real football begins. Come on, sir.